sorry, so I have these thoughts during the day and then I write them down, but I don't really get a chance to like come on and talk to you guys, like explain my thoughts in words. I just have it in writing, and I actually do these things where I write a letter to my best friend, and I'm gonna mail all these letters out pretty soon, but I write a letter to her that has all these like really random thoughts. And it's just kind of a way for her to like understand what's going on. But I try to make these videos so that you guys also get an idea of what's going on and what my opinions are on stuff. Now, Michael Knowles, who is a conservative political commentator for the Daily Wire, did a video where he responds to like Andrew Tate clips. Now, Andrew Tate is one of the manosphere guys, and I guess he was also like a wrestler at some point in time. I would encourage you to go watch this for yourself, but I just want to give you guys like a brief summary of some points that I thought were very interesting that I think some people should take a note of. This is a really, especially like after you watch this video, if you do watch it, I want to give some context here because I am a moderate, meaning like I kind of sit in the middle on most issues. I'm not extremely conservative. I'm not extremely liberal. Like, neither one of those things apply to me. I'm a moderate, meaning like politically I'm in the middle on most issues just because I see both sides. I grew up with extremists from both sides, and that has just turned me into an extreme moderate. I'm moderate. I don't really agree 100% with either way. Like, I think that there are arguments in support and in like opposition to both sides of most political, most liberal and conservative arguments, which is why I consider myself a moderate. I literally just sit right in the middle, and I'm kind of like, okay. And this is why I just make decisions like for myself. Like, all I can think about are like my personal interests, which I prioritize over everything else. Everyone else's feelings, technically to me, don't really matter. Other people's like political beliefs, their world views, like I don't really give a shit. I kind of care about mine more. And like at this point, like I'm simply like a worker bee. Like I don't even, there's not much more. Like I literally just like do my job. If you know how people talk about quiet quitting, like yes, I'm a lifestyle quiet quitter. It's just kind of like I see all the problems. I do what I can to try to address the problems. Most of the time the system is broken, and so there's no more that I could do. I did everything that I can do, and if the system is broken, I'm not a system fixer. I can only solve my own problems, which a lot of them, honestly, have not been solved by systems. I've had to take them to court, so I've had to learn how to navigate the entire legal system by myself, so for the record. Anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh, so Michael Knowles just does a really good job in this video of explaining how Andrew Tate's like life philosophy is kind of like this modern version of like bullshit, and he keeps trying to use like Bible quotes to talk about the place between a man and a woman, as he also refers to women as like meat and talks about like prostituting them on OnlyFans. He has like a whole OnlyFans business or something where he's like selling women. And then he was talking about like if his woman or his girlfriend has an OnlyFans, she should give him half of the money because the woman is his property. It's just like, oh, like I swear, like fuckboys try to use like Christianity and Bible quotes to like literally like philosophize and like how do you say it, like validate their like alternative worldviews. And it's very strange. I've been watching it for a very long time. They'll be like, 3 + 7 is 42 because I said so. And it's like, that's not really the way that things work. Like, don't get me wrong. If Andrew Tate in this case wants to like change his ways and become a Christian who simply has a wife and is devoted to her, and his wife is devoted to him, and they're in like this happy relationship based on like Christian values, that is great. He can join the other conservatives, which is like a shit ton of people in America, basically like everybody, like I don't know, 60% or something of the country is like basically lives by conservative values, though some people are not practicing Christians. Even the Muslims, when you talk about and the Jews, if you're talking about their lifestyle, they are basically like conservatives in terms of like what they're actually doing. even though their religious beliefs are slightly differ, if most people are a part of those like 3 religious groups, that's Judaism, like being Jewish, being Muslim, or being Christian, and most of their like life philosophies have to do with like the 10 commandments, right? And like do no harm, don't steal, just like be a good person. Basically, that's what the values are. There's not really more than that. The big idea is just like be a good, decent person. I don't actually have any problem with that. I agree with that. Like, I just personally am an atheist, just because I don't see like God or like any being or philosopher or any divine entity or book being more important than me. Like, I am a human living in the world in the modern age. The year is 2022. My name is Olivia. Like, my government ID has my birth date on it, and I can make choices about where I want to live given the political ideology and economy in place anywhere in the world, and I will go there and live, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't really give a shit what your book says or like what some like fat man said. I'm thinking of Buddha here. Like, I don't care. But I also really think that the sort of like Andrew Tate philosophers of the bullshit manosphere need to sit the fuck down, because it's like they're not practicing Christianity, and to a lot of the people who are just, you know, gaining insight in terms of like religious, moral, and ethical values from the internet are literally looking to these like internet gurus who aren't even preaching like the word. Like, if you want to be a Christian, that's a real thing. But also, please recognize that some of us are choosing not to be Christians for reasons. It's not because we don't understand Christianity. Like, in this case, it actually seems like Andrew Tate does not understand Christianity. He understands fuckboy. It's a religion in its own, like, state, right? Like, fuckboys have their own religion. It has nothing to do with Christianity or a biblical book, though we have to be clear. So they're not like, they're just trying to teach you a new philosophy. We can call it like manosphere fuckboy nigger shit. Like, they do this and they're trying to get everyone to like hop on board. It is not based on any religious values. It's like a new modern playbook of like how to live, how to date, how to fuck, what to think, who is pretty. That shit has nothing to do with real life. It is literally the manosphere, and it's a space on the internet. See how there's like the internet and incels and people who hide behind keyboards, and then there's like the real world outside. Try just going outside, get yourself a job, pay some bills, see who's out there. Maybe try living in a multi-ethnic, multi-gendered, multi-racial, multi-income level, like with varying socioeconomic classes type of environment. And then you can maybe like understand a little bit more about how the world works. I think that's really important, because a lot of you are just sitting on the internet and watching curated TikTok videos. People are putting on the internet what they want you to see. Like, everyone has wins and losses. Like, everyone. No one just has wins, which is what the people on the internet try to show you. They try to show you, every day my life is good. Every single day. Nothing bad ever happens to me. That isn't real for anyone. Bad things happen to every person, because, like, life is just hard. And that's just how it goes. Bad things happen. And it's not really because you're a bad person. It's just because just bad things happen. And it sucks, and I hope that they don't happen to you. But when they do, I hope that you have the skills and ability and support system to maneuver through that bad thing happening. Okay? Yeah. Maybe watch the video for yourself, because I think he does a great job of unpacking specific instances of like bullshit. But we have to be real about it being bullshit. Like, he's not, that's the manosphere dudes, the fresh and phony, like, come on, like, they're not, whoever's taking life advice from that, do better. if you want to take life advice from the Bible, I would encourage you to do that. Like, there are real Christians who are really living by the book. Most of them call themselves conservative, and they go to church every fucking Sunday. Every single Sunday. They're like really out here. I know a lot of them. That's a real life choice that you can make. Be a Christian. If you're you can be a fuckboy on Wednesday and then Thursday just decide to like turn your life over to Christ. Or just be a fucking decent human being and then like do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. Like, just live by that. It doesn't have to be based on any religion. Just like, don't do awful shit to other people. Like any other people. Don't do awful shit to others. That's it. Just live by that one value. Like that. Try that. Just don't do awful shit to other people. Just try to make the world like a little bit better than it is right now. Because there's a lot of fucking problems right now. There's a lot of problems. A lot.